resistance.
Bastards!
Tam sakin olun gençler ya, kurtaracağız, merak etme.
Worse than I thought. How do we fight this? Let's go. Please. Someone has to stop it.
Bir an aşağı atlıyor zannettim. Hiç hoş değil. Ne yapıyoruz? Lan. Pardon. Yanlış tuşa. İki defa dayak yedik. Hatta üçtü galiba. Tamam, doğru tuşa basıyormuşum.
We have to kill that dragon. Treviso can't take much more.
Tamam, zaten amacımız o da. Hani niyetimiz.
Over here!
Tamam, geliyorum.
From the crows.
Hadi. Go go go.
Rook, you're just in time. Where the dragon attacks, the Antam soon follow.
It is strong and fast. You must get its attention, then lure it onto the ground.
We'll figure out a way.
Drop your courage. We will need it.
Cesaret benim göbek adım. Hadi bakalım. Go go go. Koş. Koşsana oğlum. Biraz zorlanacağız ama olsun. Oğlum o nasıl saç?
Ignorance, mortal confusion. Yet this city offers nothing better than a pawn of the dread wolf.
Gillenane.
Your patron could not stand against us ages past. He will not help you now. Give us the dread wolf's dagger.
Geldi al.
Come get it.
Retrieve the knife and whatever else remains of these mortals.
Karakterimle nasıl özdeşleşmişim? Tamam. Oo. Hop. Yemez. Allah. Oğlum da bassana. O ama bela. Ben bir şöyle. Gençler bir dakika. Eyvah, sizde şey yok değil mi? O çok kötü oldu. Hadi yapın abi. Buna tüküreyim. Eyvah. Şöyle.
I'm ready to go again.
Of course.
We have urgent need of your strength elsewhere. Come, return to me.
It's going.
That was a close one.
You fought it off.
If Gillenane hadn't called it away.
It'll be back.
Next time, it dies.
That thing was tough. It'll be hard to put down for good.
What happened to Treviso would have been worse if you hadn't arrived when you did.
Oğlum
I
boş ver
cannot
şimdi
imagine how
Treviso'yu.
much worse.
Minrathous'a gitmemiz
Still
lazım.
have to help with that dragon in Minrathous.
Let's go.
Abi ben büyücüyüm. Işınlanmam gerekmiyor mu benim ya? Portal aç. Bum. Ah.
We're here. What's the situation?
Look around. I don't know where to start. Treviso's all right. Lucanis?
They'll pull through. I asked about Minrathous.
The Venatori had a clear shot at the palace while we faced a dragon we could barely hurt. The Viper drew it away from a safe house and took a claw to the gut as thanks. A healer could fix the wound, but the blight's already in him.
I know of magic that may slow the corruption. That'll give me some time.
This is all you. The risen gods, the blight, the dragon. Now the city's lost to the Venatori.
Rook isn't to blame. It is what it is.
Onu suçlayacak birini arıyorsanız suçlayın ama
Tension's
bende
a
bir
little
alakası yok
high.
olayın.
You should go for now. I need to be here a while.
İyi
See to
yükseldim bilmiyorum
things.
ama sinir oldum ben de galiba.
Blighted dragons, darkspawn obeying the Venatori. Maybe Solus will know something.
Onu gebertmem lazım da neyse. Keşke gebertebilsem. Gerçekten çok güzel olur. Ağzına sıçtığım. Neyse bug'a girmiş herhalde. Niye buna da danışıyorsak Allah'ım ya Rabbim ya.
When last we spoke, you were hunting for followers of Elganan and Gillenane in hopes of finding specifics. Has your search been successful?
You could say that. It looks like both the Venatori and the Antam are working for Elganan and Gillenane.
Unsurprising. The Venatori want magical secrets, and the Antam want to destroy anyone opposing their brutal expansion. Both will readily bow to anyone who promises them power.
It's more than a promise this time. The Antam and the Venatori both have dragons doing their bidding.
Dragons? That is worse than I had feared.
Yeah. We drove off the one the Antam brought to Treviso. Barely.
Have you determined how the dragons are being directed? If it is blood magic, it may be possible to disrupt their control.
The dragons were blighted. We think that's what let the gods control them.
The Blight. Of course.
The Blight seems to be the gods' favorite tool right now. We ran into Venatori who could control Darkspawn.
Elganan would not bestow such power unless the Darkspawn were to serve as the main force of his army. And I suspect Gillenane will see the Darkspawn as new subjects for her modifications.
We've already run into a few Darkspawn nobody has seen before. That's in addition to the blighted dragons.
That is the fate Elganan and Gillenane planned for this world then. Corruption and blighted slavery.
Stop acting like you're so much better than they are. Your bullshit ritual would have destroyed the world just as badly.
Do you truly believe my goal was to destroy this world?
Evet,
I
inanıyorum.
believe your goal, like you said, was to transfer the gods to a better prison. The one you're stuck in now. And you were willing to tear down the veil and destroy this world while you did so.
The veil is a wound I cut into the Fade in a moment of desperation. On making their prison, it should not exist. I had a host of spirits ready to help when the veil fell. They would have minimized the loss of life.
Do you have any idea what you sound like? You could have actually saved the world from the Blight, but instead you chose to kill thousands of people with your vanity project.
It is not vanity. I broke this world. I am the only one who can fix it.
Spoken like a god.
I am not a god. I am,
Bu
as I have
sözünü sana
always been,
yuttururum ama.
a man, all too aware of his failings. But equally aware that if he did not act, accepting the judgment it would bring, all would be lost. They call me the Dread Wolf. What will they call you when this is over?
I don't care what they call me. If they're calling me anything, it means they're still alive. That's all that matters.
Acceptance. You are willing to face the consequences your actions may one day bring because the world needs you.
Dünyanın bana
I believe I
ihtiyacı
can
yok.
work with that.
Ben dünyayı
If the gods
iyi
are
bir yere
using dragons,
getirmeye çalışıyorum.
you will wish to find someone trained to fight them. Have you unlocked the Lighthouse Illuvian?
Yes. We found the crossroads. It's still confusing, though.
I cannot help you from in here. You may need to find an expert in the magic of the Fade. And if the Darkspawn are to be Elganan's army, you will need Grey Wardens to fight them.
I've got a few of them. Their leaders don't trust me right now, though.
I have faith in you, Rook.
İstiyorsan
You seem to
güvenme.
have a knack for gaining the cooperation of your adversaries.
Bana muhtaçsın oğlum sen. Bir tek benden haber alabilirsin. Başka kimseden haber alamazsın.
So this elven god thinks we need a dragon hunter and a Fade expert.
He's right, about the dragon hunter at least. The shadow dragons did all they could. The dragon was just too much. The moment the dust settled, the Venatori rushed in. Guess they knew it was coming. Nev's staying for now. She said she'll be back soon. But at least you took care of yours.
We hurt it, but didn't kill it. The dragon flew off before we could put it down.
Treviso could have used a dragon hunter. That much is true.
Bir dahaki sefere hazır olacağız.
Then we find one. Next time a blighted dragon comes calling, it'll be the last time it comes calling.
We should not forget the second dragon in Minrathous's. We ought to see what we can do to help. However, there is no telling how long Nev will be helping the shadow dragons with the aftermath. Hey, Let's not get stuck in our regrets, all right?
Hang on a minute. Not only have you retained the services of a demon assassin, you're also taking advice from the elven god who attempted to tear down the veil.
Spite is my problem.
That's what they always say. Rook, Lucanis is one thing, but do you really trust this Solus?
Trust is such a strong word, you know?
So you don't trust him?
Yani.
All right then.
So a Fade expert and a dragon hunter. I'll ask around about dragon hunters and see what turns up. Come talk to me in a bit.
And I've been corresponding with someone about the lighthouse's reverberative oscillations and the resulting dimensional peculiarities. Oh, sorry. Not relevant. I'll get a message through to a Fade expert immediately.
See, Rook? Nothing to worry about.
All right. We all know what to do. Let's get going.
Şimdi kimlerle konuşuyoruz? Nev burada yok. Ne lan? Seni yükseltebiliyor muyum?
Abundance.
Tamam. Neyse tamam dur çok harcama. Lazım bir şeyler var. Hayır dur şuna. Üzdü. O kadar şey gittiğini bilmiyordum. Neyse tamam alırım bir yerden onu.
Okay, Balara, what's your lead on getting us a Fade expert for the team?
Good evening.
Greetings.
Hadi sen konuşmasan
So,
mı?
we need a Fade expert. I've been writing to a senior mage who fits the part. But right now he's on an expedition, so I reached out to his colleagues to find him. This is Lady Myrna and Vorgoth. They're necromancers. Mournwatch ones, I mean.
Your friend's request for a Fade expert was urgent. How darksome are things outside Navarra?
About 6?
I see. Balara's correspondent is Professor Emmrich Volkarin, a Fade expert and powerful psychagogue.
You will need him.
Hadi sen konuşma ne olur.
The professor is currently delving the shrouded halls in the Grand Necropolis. We will grant you passage to look for him. Where the dead. Lately they grow restless.
Sebebi elf tanrılarıdır. Başka bir açıklaması olamaz onun. Evet. Hop. Gündüze döndük. Hadi gidelim. Haydi gidelim.
So I put the word out for dragon hunters, and I've heard back about someone who might work. It's a woman named Taash from your old treasure hunter group, the Lords of Fortune.
I don't know her. She must have joined after I left.
An agent for the Lords said that Taash is working on a mission for them along the Ravane coast. If we help her, she'll be free to join us and fight any blighted dragons the gods throw our way.
What do you know about what's going on in Ravane right now?
Not much more than you do. Varric and I never went there while hunting Solus. The Qunari were on pretty good terms with Ravane, but that was before the Antam military broke away from the rest of the Qun. I wouldn't be surprised if the Antam invaded Ravane like they did Treviso and Eastern Tevinter.
They were attacking Ravane when Varric recruited me from the Lords of Fortune. I've been away from the Lords of Fortune for a while. It'll be good to see Isabella and Rowan again.
Let's hope the crossroads can get us to an alluvion in the right part of Ravane. We'll head out whenever you're ready.
Okidoki. Şimdi ilk önce şu arkadaşı bir bulacağız ama bir saniye. Buralar açılmışken... Burası açıldı değil mi? Evet. Şuradan bir yukarıya çıkalım. Abi konuşalım bakalım seninle ne konuşacağız?
What? You're hungry? I found a yam in the kitchen. Stubborn just means you'll starve.
Trouble settling in?
Doing the best I can. My job was to keep the griffins safe, not fix their dinner.
I meant a son.
Oh. I guess we're both adjusting.
Then where did Hassan and the others come from?
Way I heard it, someone found a journal a few years back that mentioned a secret clutch of eggs. They'd been hidden for centuries, protected by a ward. Started hatching and out came 13 talkative griffins. Now, down to just one.
What's the history between Grey Wardens and Griffins?
Back in the day, Grey Wardens raised them as aerial cavalry. When a blight got going, Wardens rode them into battle. Eventually, war took its toll. They died out.
Well, a confused griffin should fit right in around here.
Appreciate it. There's no training manual for them anymore.
I guess we'll figure it out together.
Griffins don't trust easily. Lancet and Remy had to work to win them over. They said a warden and a griffin have to move as one. Think as one. They call it Turlum. Sort of unity. But now, they're both dead.
Why'd the Gloomhowler attack the Eyrie?
I intend to find out. First it stalks wardens. Now it's after the griffins.
Don't worry. You and I have a deal. We'll find them.
Appreciate that. Though it sounds like you've got your hands full around here.
Just a tad.
Elgernon and Gillenane. Hard to believe.
Can't be easy hearing that your own gods are ending the world.
Elves have enough trouble. Don't need this on our heads too. But I have to say, killing a monster is one thing. Taking down the goddess of all monsters and the god of vengeance while you're at it?
Every life in Thedas depends on it.
Fair enough. Always good to know where the boss stands.
Pretty much the world not ending.
I can get behind that. What? I told you. It's yams or nothing.
Well, maybe you need a new menu.
Bir dakika ya, burası açıldı. Normalde onu yapabiliyor olmam lazım. Dur bakayım. Geçse de yıllar. Allah Allah. Nasıl şey yapacağız? Allah ay. Dur bir dakika. Yukarıda bir şey yoktu. Başka neresi var? Burayı yaptığımı hatırlıyorum. Burada da bir şey yok. Allah Allah. Bir saniye ya. Dur. Nasıl yapıyorduk? Ya şuradan çıktığımı hatırlıyorum da dur bakayım. Saçma, oradan değil. Dur bakayım. Ha. Oraya nasıl geçeceğiz? Neyse tamam, boş ver. Sonra bulurum onu. Çok fazla vakit kaybetmeyelim. Ama bak mesela şuradakini halletmişim ki taş gibi duruyor. Acaba yok. Buradakini de hallettiydik ya. Aynen. Bak. O da hallolmuş. Karşı taraftaki de hallolmuş. Şöyle hoppa. Şunun sağı solu yoktu değil mi ya? Var mıydı? Var mıydı? Varmış. Oraya atlayabiliyoruz mu? Atlayamıyormuşuz, pardon. Neyse. Atlayamıyormuşuz. Selam. Bitkileri seviyorsun ha? Neyse, bulamadım. Nasıl ya? Nerede? Bir yerde bir şey olması lazım. Burası açılsın diyeceğim ama kapıların kendisinin açılması. Burası açılmıyor. Neyse tamam. Ejder Katili. Haydi bakalım. Lucanis gelse.
Hey.
Steel in one hand.
Gold in the other. Who are you?
Call me Rook. Lord of Fortune like you. Taash, right?
Yeah. You're with the Lords. Why don't I know you?
Yok, öyle bir şey demem de.
I've been out on loan for about half a year.
I've only been with the Lords for 4 months.
Right. If you want, you can ask Isabella about me after the mission. She'll have nothing but nice things to say about me. Probably.
You know Isabella? Okay, let's get to work.
Great. What are we doing?
The Lords want to hit a cave on the coastal cliffs. Big Vincimer makes her lair there. We get her out, the Lords get in, we go home and get drunk. Might be more on Tom. Don't get in my way.
For gold and glory.
Lucanis'in bakış beni öldürdü.
So, what's the plan exactly?
We need to lure the Vinsimer out of her lair. I set bait. She comes out to eat. My partners loot the lair while she's out here. We'll find the bait on the beach.
You said the dragon we're dealing with was a Vinsimer.
Yeah. Blue with a yellow belly. Breathes lightning.
Would you look? At that.
We're not fighting her. Lords just want the horde in her lair. On Tom ahead. Be ready. They go hard. Watch yourself. They have Gatlock cannons.
Stay in cover!
Eat shit. This is not.
We need to close in.
Oğlum git işte ya. Taş azıcık vursan mı?
So, you've got no problem fighting other Qunari?
I'm from Mervain. I don't follow the Qun. Do you?
No. But you've got the Darsam, the arm ropes.
Sure. I wear a lot of stuff. You don't get to tell me who I am. Doesn't matter anyway. The Antam don't follow the Qun either. Not anymore.
Why is a dragon hunter interested in our job?
I'm not.
I thought you wanted us here to help you.
No.
Oğlum nasıl bir yanlış anlaşılmanın içindeyiz? Yardım edecek misin, etmeyecek misin?
We're not fighting the dragon?
No. Vinsimers eat big game, usually sea life. They're not hostile unless you do something stupid.
Like, poke around in its lair?
Right. So we lure her out, then the lords go in and grab anything shiny.
But you do kill dragons, right? You're a dragon hunter.
I kill them when they need killing. This one doesn't.
Geliyorsunuz mu? Geleceğiniz mi?
All right. Beach is up ahead.
Right. You said we'd find bait here?
Bait'll find us. Come on.
The bait comes to us?
Lucanis benim de kafam
They'd find us.
karışık diyecektim.
I don't want to feel sorry for anything that has a worm's mouth.
Quite a few of them.
Dragons have big stomachs.
Ben bir şey yapmadım ki.
That one is going to be trouble.
That's their pack leader. Take her down.
Ho! Arkadaşlar şunu benden uzak tutar mısınız? Ne olur ya.
It's nothing.
Ah. Bana geliyor. Ah!
I think that's the last of them. Now what?
Now I get the fire going and make our dragon dinner. Good. She'll like it. And this potion will put her to sleep for a few hours. But we gotta get her attention. Use the horn up there. Come on,
Hacı
she'll be
bir
here
dakika
soon.
dur.
So,
Tamam.
we held up our end of the bargain?
You did okay. So, what do y'all do?
Right now, we're trying to take down evil god monsters and their blighted dragons.
What? That can't be right. Dragons don't get blighted. They're smart enough to avoid that crap.
However, it's happening. The gods are using the blight to force dragons to attack people.
That's messed up. Somebody needs to stop them.
Tamam biz de onu deniyoruz zaten.
There you go. A toss curry.
Ne yapıyoruz?
Where are we headed?
That old Grey Warden fort. Anton might be there. I want to see what they're doing. If it's anything the Lords of Fortune need to worry about.
That was fast. She answers a horn?
This time.
You've done this before.
Took a while to get her used to it.
It
Nereye
sounds
gidiyoruz?
like you've got her trained.
You train a dog. You reach an understanding with a dragon.
Ben böyle her yeri tekmeleyeceğim mi?
Vincimers are clumsy on land. Better in the water. They cut the surface like a knife.
They swim?
They dive down after prey like a giant bird. Sometimes they stun schools of fish with their lightning. Gulp them all down in a single bite.
Burası ne? Neyse çok merak etmem gerekmiyor. Okunacak bir şeymiş. Kapat abicim. Burada da oy. Kapatır mısın? Alamadım. Bu Allah'ım. Burada bir şey var. Bir bıcı bıcı yaptım. Oh. Bıcı bıcı. Neyse.
Letting us know she sees us. Might also be her way of saying thanks for the food.
Why build all this and leave?
This used to be a big Grey Warden outpost. They left after the Darkspawn stopped coming.
Böyle bir şey miydi? Bunlar birbirine mi bakıyordu? Yanlışlıkla çözdüm. Tırman. Ha. Gerek yok.
The Antam are definitely here.
Let's check inside the fort. I want to see what they're doing.
Tamam. Bu bakacağız. Şey yapacağız da. Bir saniye. Bence daha çok ejderhanın peşinde gibiler ama yine siz bilirsiniz. Yani burada bir şey yapacaklarını ya da yaptıkları sanmıyorum. Ne ay tam
Shit. More on Tom. You're not even supposed to be here.
No!
Dust people? I'll show you weak dust people! Come on, let's keep looking.
So the Untarmed took over the outpost after the Grey Wardens abandoned it?
Yeah. Ravane and the Qunari were at peace forever. Then the Antam broke away from the Qun and invaded. The Qunari builders are part of a different caste. They didn't break away. So the Antam take over old forts like this instead of building their own.
Hayda. Dedim ama.
Grapples, nets. The Antam are going after the Vinsimer.
She's more than a match for the Antam.
Not after I drugged her. Come on. They've been watching. They knew I drug her to make her sleep. Assholes! Come on!
They haven't seen us yet. We can run.
Hey!
Tabii böyle de göze batıp yapabiliriz yani. Sıkıntı yok.
I brought her down. She's mine by right.
Makara.
Mar anamra benariye bala. Atash martarost, asitarala. Qto.
Yunasi Besidan.
Tarala.
Come on! So, you breathe fire.
Yeah?
Interesting trick. Alchemy? Magic?
Were we supposed to know this? Because I don't remember you mentioning it.
We can talk later.
Bebişim, kız
Let me
mı
know
olur
when you're
mu?
ready. I'll burn the chains off the dragon.
Dragons are supposed to be smart. Is she going to know we helped her?
Hayır, tabii ki de
No,
bilmeyecek.
she's gonna be pissed. Might just fly off, or we might have to run.
Fortunately, as a crow, I am accustomed to people being unhappy after I pay them a visit.
Bir dakika, şunu alayım, ondan sonra seninle konuşalım mı Taş? Onu görmemişim. Ve Lucanis, Allah aşkına bana can bassana. Thank you. Gel. Bizle bir alakası yoktu. Çok özür dileriz bu olaydan dolayı. Bir daha rahatsız
As one
etmek
dragon
üzere.
flew off, now safe to finish its nap, uninterrupted. Another was about to wake up. The surviving Antam poachers carried news of a fire-breathing Qunari back to their leader. Taash and the team would soon find themselves being hunted by the Dragon King.
Wonderfully done, Taash. While you played with the big scary dragon, we looted the shiny stuff from her cave. And you managed it despite this former crew member tripping you up the whole time.
What can I say, Isabella? I learned from the best.
I did tell Varric not to go easy on you.
What did you find in the cave?
A lot of dragon shit, gold, some fancy trinkets, and this.
That looks like Qunari art, but I've never seen anything that old.
You have a good eye. It is refreshing to see that some younger Qunari can still appreciate the culture that brought them across the sea.
Rook, this is Shathan. She's our expert on Qunari artifacts.
This piece predates the Steel Age by centuries. It comes from an earlier attempt at settlement. One that left no survivors. You used your fire.
What? No.
Were you seen by the Antam? You promised you would be careful, Evatash. You need to be away for a while. It is good you are joining Rook's team.
I'm what?
We're looking for a good dragon hunter. That would be you.
Yeah?
Our contact here said you'd agree to join us.
Didn't Shathan... I thought you and your mother had agreed on this.
Nope.
Whoops. Well, you'll work it out. You always do. For gold and glory, Taash. You're welcome back whenever. Rook, wipe your boots next time.
Mother, what did you do?
I thought you would enjoy the chance to work with Rook's team. Do you not wish to stop these blighted dragons?
Of course I do. I might have decided to join on my own. Maybe after you talked to me.
I talked to you about not using your fire in front of the Antam. I will prepare potions for you to take. Would you prefer ginger or lavender?
The ginger.
Hassam Finek. Rook, you will keep her safe.
Ondan hoşlandım. Hoşlanmadım ama
Mother doesn't
hoşlandım.
mince words. I like that.
Yeah, she's a lot.
Anyway, welcome to the team. Might not be what you wanted, but we could really use the help.
I'll get my stuff. Hey. It is.
Sorry?
Joining your team. It is what I wanted.
Glad to hear it.
Şimdi
Usually have to dodge traps and fight spiders to see this much old elven stuff. Talk to Isabella if you want to sell any of it. She'll get you a good deal.
For gold and glory.
Right. You were one of us. How'd you end up here?
Dangerous artifact, light-fingered noble. Isabella needed me gone. Varric needed help.
Oof. Sorry.
Same thing just happened to you, right?
Ugh. Politics. The lords don't take me on political jobs.
Lucky you.
Traps and dragons. That's what I'm good with. Traps and dragons are simple.
What's the most interesting trap you've run into?
Old elven armory. Had letters on tiles. Probably supposed to spell out the name of a god or something.
Probably.
I don't read elven. Found handholds in the ceiling and swung across.
That sounds more like a puzzle than a trap.
Ugh. Puzzles.
But puzzles give you a chance to test your wits. To prove you're smart enough to beat whoever designed it.
Ugh.
I ran into one while traveling with Varric. It had these 3 poles with sets of different sized rings on 2 of the poles.
And you had to move the rings over to the 3rd pole? And the rings had to be sized right and crap?
Yes. You've seen it.
That thing is Vashadan.
We didn't have a dragon hunter when I was with the Lords. Why do they care about dragons now?
Lots of great old crap ends up in dragon hordes.
Why do dragons care about gathering treasure? It's not like they go to the market.
Dragons like metals and gems. Anything glittery catches their eye.
So they're like really large magpies?
Kinda. And they live for centuries. Lots of time to gather a bunch of shiny crap. Plus all the gear carried by idiots who thought they could kill a dragon.
I miss the days of dodging traps and stealing treasure.
Hey, we're not thieves. We don't steal.
Barb's team literally stole the big prize sword from the Grand Tourney of Starkhaven.
Starkhaven's full of assholes. It doesn't count as stealing from them. You don't screw over anyone who can't afford it.
If the Lords of Fortune ever get a coat of arms, we should print that on the bottom in Old Tavine.
My mother works with them. That's how I met the Lords in the first place.
When I left, Ravane was trying to figure out whether to arrest us or ignore us. How do they feel these days?
They were angry for a while. Then the Antam invaded.
I don't remember meeting your mother when I ran with the Lords. What does she do? Appraisals?
Yeah. She tells them how rare something is. How much it might be worth. Also tells them if they found something cultural.
Cultural?
You know, important. Stuff you don't want going to some rich noble's collection. The Lords send that stuff back to the Qunari in Parvalin. They pay the Lords a finder's fee.
They've put a lot of thought into it. Probably more than I did when I collected relics.
Just thinking about the gold?
And the glory, too. Can't forget the glory. Though if I defeat these gods, I'll have cornered the market there.
The Lords are good people. They helped my mother when she came here from Kantar. She got here with nothing but me and the clothes on her back. Only skill she had was Qunari history. The Lords gave her work.
We should do this again. Grab a drink. Share our tallest tales.
Okay, I was gonna go back to Ravane later. Got a thing to do for my mother. You can come along, if you want.
Do I need to be ready for combat? Or traps?
Nah.
Alright. Just let me know when.
İkimiz de doğrudan olaya giriyoruz. Sevgili olursak herhalde direkt şey diyecek. Biz sevgili olalım. Tamam olalım. İyi aşkım ne yapıyorsun falan. Şunu da halledelim. Ondan sonra bugünlük burada bitsin.
This is it. But no sign of the professor.
I hope he's here and that he doesn't mind us disturbing him. He is a senior necromancer. I don't... Oh!
Visitors! What a marvelous surprise! Any trouble with the lift? Our last guests were stuck for hours. Poor souls. Oh. Professor Emmrich Volkarin of the Morn Watch.
Hello, Professor. We've never met, well, in person, but I've been writing to you.
Belara, my dear girl. What a pleasure. Surely you didn't come all this way just to see me.
Actually, we did. You see, we need a Fade expert.
I'm Rook.
Charmed.
I like that bit with the flaming skull.
It's nothing, really. Just an evocation of the flame of the last steps.
Looks great.
Thank you. You know, I'm never quite sure how these spells strike someone from outside Navarra. I'd be pleased to continue our conversation after I tend to some small business here. I must investigate. Would you two mind accompanying me further into the shrouded halls?
Tabii.
Toward that screaming.
Something's gone awry in this part of the necropolis, Rook. The dead stir more easily than they should.
Sıkıntı yok ya, tamam bakarız. Yapma Allah'ım, al toplasana lan. Hah. Sorry, geldim.
Movement up ahead.
Strange. These halls should be under the protection of the bell.
Is that a despair demon?
Fascinating, isn't it? They shouldn't be able to breach the shrouded halls at all.
Take your word for it.
Careful, Rook. It singled you out.
Seni seçtim Piko. Peki. Hacı, beni bulacak mı? Seni seçtim Pikachu, gelsene buraya. Bir de burada var. Hacı ama bir hiç hoş değil. Bunlar çok seçici ama. Ay, duvara çarptı.
It's vital we discover why that spirit manifested here.
Lead the way, Professor.
Profesör, sıkıntı değil de Allah aşkına seni seçti deme ya. Ya beni seçmeseler, seni seçseler, ben o konuda açacağım mı? Ha. Ben de diyorum niye olunca açılmıyor kapı. Hadi gidiyoruz. Gidiyoruz mu? Profesör. Oo. Bu ne? Bu ne?
Someone's barred the door and chained the sunken star.
There's undead here.
We may need to defend ourselves depending on their condition.
Haven't fought undead in a while.
There's no reaching these. They're mindless.
Hoppa.
Aren't you a necromancer?
I'm afraid sometimes the weaker dead work themselves into frenzies. Poor things.
Siz onlarla uğraşsanız ben şöyle kırmaya çalışayım mı diyecektim de bunlar galiba kırılmıyor, evet.
A fine hit, Lucanis.
Not bad.
Biraderim.
I must free that bell.
Need some help?
Thank you. The star, the bell, can banish these despair spirits if we unchain it.
Tamam,
We'll
bunlardan
need a wisp to unseal the doors leading out. Could you please find one and bring it here?
Okay.
Nasıl bulacağız? Nerede?
Give your greetings and the wisp will follow.
Ha, oradaymış. Tamam.
Hello.
Wisps are the simplest of spirits, but quite helpful. Bring the wisp here, and we can unseal the doors.
Doors open. Where to now?
This should lead us to the upper chambers, where we can free the bell. There's someone I'd like to consult with on the way.
Biz nerede? Buradan mı gidiyoruz? Evet.
So, Professor.
Just Emmrich, please.
You weren't that surprised we need a Fade expert.
The spirits talk. Even the simplest have been clamoring about chaos in the Fade. Someone coming to consult wasn't an if so much as a when.
Oo! Oğlum tutsanıza lan. Huhuhu! Şöyle. Lan 3. İşte vuruyor.
Well done.
Yanlışlıkla başka birine vurdum. Öldürür müsün onu?
Lucanis.
Well done, Emmrich.
Herkes birbirini şey yapıyor. Çok iyiydin Luke. Çok iyiydin Profesör. Çok iyiydin Lucanis. Harikayız biz ya. Neyse tamam. Çok gaza geldim. Aslında bir dakika. Lucanis bana bir bassana şifayı. Allah cezanı.
All that ice. More magic?
Echoes of the despair spirits, misery devouring itself. We should keep our distance. If provoked, these manifestations will shatter.
This is locked too. I didn't see any wisps around.
Then I shall call for aid.
Ne yaptın biraderim? Korktun
They've
lan.
answered. We'll need to guide the wisps who've just arrived to the door.
Tamam. Hah biri burada.
Those wisps really came just because you asked.
They care for us, Rook. Our ever loyal friends amongst the dead.
Thank you. Hadi bakalım. Sırayla bakıyoruz. Ha bir tanesi. Ne orada bir şey var. Ha. Olur. Geleceksin mi?
Here's our second wisp.
Calmest spirit I've ever seen.
The peace of the necropolis is a balm to many of its inhabitants.
Must be nice.
Ah, yes. I've noticed you've company.
Diğeri nerede? Profesör, diğeri nerede? Profesör, diğeri nerede? Profesör yardım edecek mi? Yok. Ben kendim vuracağım. Nerede olabilir? Ah nerede? Vah nerede? Ha şurayı unuttuk bak. Bu ne? İyi. Vallahi oradaymış. Aa hayır.
There's the last wisp.
Good. Let's return to the door.
Tamam.
Well done. Past these chambers, we'll find some assistance with reaching the bell. Despair is far more pervasive than I'd thought. We must stop who's ever drawing these spirits here, Rook.
You think a person's behind all the despair demons?
Oh yes. Mortals are their prime attraction. Trouble over there.
Enough!
Tamam sakin ol Lucanis. Niye bağırıyorsun ya?
Excellent work, Lucanis.
Öldü mü o ya?
Save a little for the rest of us, Rook.
Hacı onu...
They're attacking from afar. Is everyone intact?
How do we get rid of all these despair demons?
Their source is near the bell you saw earlier. Ringing will banish them, but we must find who lured them there in the first place.
Buradan çıkamam ki, dur. Evet.
Tell me, Rook, where are you from?
Ravane. Lords of Fortune took me in.
The famous treasure seekers to the north? You must tell me about your journeys once we're above ground. Ah, here we are. This is where we'll learn who summoned these despair spirits.
But how?
You must open yourself to possibilities while in the necropolis. Would you mind lighting those braziers, Rook?
Sırası var mıydı?
This should unseal our final pass to the bell. It's best we unchain it quickly.
Then what?
The sunken star will drive away despair. Any malicious spirit that hears the tolling of the bell will be banished to the Fae.
Any malicious spirit?
Unattached ones. Your own companion will be safe.
Ah.
Excellent. Approach the body and we'll begin. By seal and flame, who brought despair in our midst? Despair? Who brought it here?
Venatori.
The Venatori. Of course. This way, please.
What did you just do?
The colloquial term is corpse whispering, a gift that manifested with my magic.
Talking to corpses with magic.
Honestly, I've no idea how the other Watchers navigate the necropolis without it.
Tamam, açılın. Ha.
I think I hear someone.
This map is useless. We wasted 3 slaves in those traps. If that Hand of Glory burns down...
So don't dawdle!
Gelin lan buraya.
We found those Venatori.
They have no place in these halls.
We are failing our masters.
Masterfully done.
What are the Venatori after? Gold? Artifacts?
Raw magic. Their first envoys were obsessed with gathering power for some new masters.
Ah, I'll fill you in on them later.
Bunu kırabiliyoruz mu? Hayır, öteki tarafta herhalde. Nereden gidiyoruz? Allah, ay. Boşluğu görmedim.
Nothing of me! Ah! The avenging foe!
Well, down one more despair demon. That's the last of them.
I see someone by the crates.
I don't think they're Venatori. This looks interesting.
Spirit labyrinths? I didn't know they'd learned to make miniature ones in Tevinter.
What's this?
A vessel to store.
Hello. Did the Venatori bring you here?
They said I'd spilled the wine too many times. That I'd be a better sacrifice than slave.
You are in Navarra, sir. There are no slaves on our soil. Please remain here. After we've seen to the rest of the Venatori, I'll send for someone to escort you above.
Oh, all right.
Those Venatori dragged that man down here just to die.
The Watchers will shelter him. We'll inquire if he has any family in Minrathous. As for the Venatori, what remains of them will be put to work. The sunken star can help us if we break the Venatori's chains.
Right. There's one chain.
Excellent.
Yes! Kill them all!
Got it.
You have them, Lucanis! God! Use them! Quickly! There's my trouble ahead.
There. Let's finish this!
George, what's the... Take the last blow!
Oğlum vurmadın ki ya.
That's the last chain.
We must return to the lower level to ring the bell.
Evet.
Be ready. The ritual to wake the bell will draw Despair's attention.
And any more Venatori?
I'll need you to keep them occupied while I work.
İnşallah.
There's the Venatori.
I am blessed.
Stop! Listen now!
Break them now!
How are we doing, Emmrich?
The bell is slowly awakening, but we must fight a little longer.
The Venatori brought demons.
Typical of them. Behind you! halfway there. Rage demon. Hold fast. Move quickly. Nice work. Stay in cover.
Oğlum. Pek ateşten yanacak gibi değil ha. Oh.
Oh. Emmrich, now what? Now, the grand Necropolis shows itself.
Bağışıklık mı?
No more despair, demons. It worked.
Pretty impressive. Thank you. But come, let's ensure these cultists didn't leave anything dangerous behind. I'll ask our attendants to gather their bodies later, of course.
Bu ne? Dur, onu sonra açacağım.
And this is a severed hand.
It can't be. A hand of glory? The Venatori should never have this. I must find out where it came from. Let me know when you'd like to return to the chambers above.
Let's get back to the lighthouse.
You can tell me why you've sought out a Fade expert on the way?
I know it's a lot, but I swear we've seen the blighted elven gods ourselves.
It would explain recent oniric disruptions.
At the least, the implications of what Rook's witnessed are... Ah, thank you, Manfred.
No one ever brings me tea after I slog through a haunted crypt.
My assistant, Manfred. Always thoughtful.
You spoke of danger to the Fade.
The elven gods plan to tear it wide open
Abi
to
sen
get to the
konuşma
blight.
ya.
And they've already messed with
Tüylerim
it.
diken diken oluyor.
Demons, tears in reality. Our team needs a Fade expert.
Many watchers never depart Navarra. But with events so dire...
I'd be delighted to assist.
It has been many years since you left us.
Well, yes, but elven gods, ancient magics. I couldn't bear miss this. Besides, I've spent my life exploring the Fade and speaking to spirits. If Rook needs an expert, none are better qualified than I.
Only if your assistant's coming.
Manfred? But of course.
Welcome aboard.
Wonderful. I'll gather my things. Come, Manfred.
The Grand Necropolis was at peace again, and Emmrich was off to a new adventure. But in Navarra, nothing stays down for long. The Venatori had unearthed something no one should have, and delivered it to the worst possible person. Emmrich's journey would soon bring him face to face with the gloaming lantern.
What the Venatori ultimately intended with their incursions into the necropolis worries me. Whether or not it was directed by the gods, the timing serves them well. Chaos, I fear, is their ally.
With this, Demeter's Crossing and the Blighted Dragons, and everything else we're all dealing with, feels like we're at war. A lot of little wars.
Didn't take the gods long to attract support from all the worst people in Thedas.
They're offering power to anyone who wants it. The Venatori and Antam won't question what it will cost.
So how do we fight back then?
We don't have an army, but we do have allies. Like the Veil Jumpers.
After Demeter's Crossing, it's personal for them.
The Crows, particularly after we helped save their city.
Thea and Viago know what is owed. They will make good on that debt.
Also, Lady Morrigan requested a meeting at the Cobbled Swan in Minrathous.
Could she have found some trace of the gods?
Probably. Morrigan doesn't visit crowded taverns for fun.
I also heard from Grey Wardens out in the Hossberg wetlands, Antoine and Evka. Something strange is happening with the Blight there. I bet it involves the gods.
The first warden didn't seem impressed the last time we met.
I heard he told you to piss up a rope.
Will he be in the wetlands?
I don't keep track. But he can't stop you from asking a few questions, if we're fast enough.
Any details on the Blight in the wetlands?
Antoine said he didn't write it down.
Why not?
Either he didn't trust someone else wouldn't read the note, or he didn't want us to panic.
Gillenane has laid low since we hurt her dragon, but the Blight spreads rot wherever the gods go.
And no one's better at tracking Blight than Wardens.
Morrigan and those Wardens feel like our best leads on finding the gods.
Are they really gods? Or just ancient mages? It's not clear.
They're gods. Or the closest damn thing to them.
Nev, you're back.
Yeah, I am.
Good to have you back. This is Professor Emmrich Volkarin, our Fade expert, and Taash, our dragon hunter. They joined while you were away.
Hey.
Charmed.
Right. Not everyone has met.
So you're a dragon hunter? Minrathous could have used you.
What's going on?
Back home, what isn't? Look, you made an impossible call without enough information. I get it. It's the corner the gods put us in. It just might take time to shake off.
You are back though, right?
Yeah, Belle. I'm back.
Good to have you back. Whatever the circumstances. Everyone needs to be part of this. That's the only way we'll win.
After what happened to Minrathous, I've got even more reason to go after the gods. If anyone's got a shot at this, it's the people here. I'm still on the job. Count on it.
Great. Let's follow up on some leads.
I'll let Lady Morrigan know we're ready to meet.
I'll send word to Antoine and Evka. They're holed up in a town called Lavendel.
Everyone else should rest up. Be ready to move when I call.
Never easy, is it, kid?
What do you mean?
Making the big choices, then living with the consequences.
If I don't make the tough decisions, no one else will. So I live with the consequences.
And you don't blame anyone else for them. That's why I recruited you. Anyway, you've got a meeting with Morrigan to attend, and dealing with whatever the Wardens found. All this chatting is taking it out of me. Think I'll rest for a bit. Good work, Rook. You'll find your way through this. I know it.